So boys, what's actually the point of having everything you could have ever asked for? The woman, the status, the respect, the money, but you've got a weak body and a feeble mind that crumbles, you're emotionally volatile, and you can't seem to string together a consistent week of being your best self. Well guys, there needs to come a full 360 worldwide revolution, realization in your own life if you truly want to take it to the top and be the man that you know you can be. Because if you continue acting the way you're acting and setting all your ambitions and desires on these grandiose outcomes in which, quite frankly, you feel are attainable with the current lifestyle you're living, then you're going to be wrongly mistaken. You're going to be finding yourself in a space and place where you're physically and mentally not up to the standard required to actually reach the level of success in which you want. What we always need to understand in life, guys, and yes, this is going to be a Lewis McFarlane masterclass, just schooling you boys, so strap right in, but you got to understand that you don't just get to where you want to get to in life by luck. It doesn't just happen. You don't just wake up one morning and have everything you could have asked for. It takes a lot of grit, a lot of determination, and a lot of discipline. And that can't be mastered until you've mastered yours truly. The man in the mirror, the physique, the mindset, the habits. Otherwise, your thoughts, beliefs, actions, and behaviours will be completely out of tune, out of whack, and out of alignment with the person you now need to be to get what you want. Because think about this, guys, right? Think about this perceived level of success in which you're trying to get to. You have everything you could have ever wanted. Everything's perfect. It's like heaven. You're living every single day in heaven. The sun is out, the physique's on point. You've got the money, the respect, the woman, the location, the time, the freedom, everything you could have ever asked for. Do you think currently, with the mindset in which you have, the body in which you have, you've stacked enough proof, enough undeniable evidence, competence, conviction, charisma, aura in the day-to-day actions in which you currently show up with to achieve that level of outcome? If the answer is no, then this is the exact video for you, because we're going to dive so deep and unpack everything you now need to understand and move forward with to achieve the level of success in which you want. So number one, the key to unlocking your true potential. You have to become the man. So many guys think you have to, have it to be it. Have all the outcomes, have all the status, have the Ferrari, have the woman, have the money before you actually become the guy. But it's the other way around. You have to think inside out and back to front. What would have to be true today to become the man to move forward? And you have to remove the need for this long-term thinking, like 3 and 5 and 10 year goals. All you have is today. All you have is right here, right now. What is the next best move? Because see, if you're competitive, if you've got that edge, if you've got that grunt inside you that truly puts the pressure on yourself to actually act and push, then you will notice every single day you go to bed probably deeply unsatisfied. And that's a good trait to have. You guys might be thinking, whoa, take it easy, Lewis. That's quite an aggressive approach to life. But guys, you've been taking it easy way too long. The moment I stopped taking it easy was the moment I started moving forward. So you got to realize, right? If you're not where you want to be, you can't just play defense. You have to be so on the offense that it's offensive and create. And I mean this, guys. You have to create the man that you would admire and give him back to the world. Only then and only when you become that man, that is when you will start seeing, achieving, and becoming that guy that you truly want to be, which is undoubtedly going to achieve the level of success in which you dream and desire about every single day. So number two, the power of a strong body. And this does not just mean aesthetics, but I tell you what, guys, the more aesthetic you are, the leaner, when you're on that kind of like 8 to 12% body fat, you got your abs on year round, you love how you look, girls love how you look, you just feel incredible, your energy's nice and high, your testosterone maxed to the high heavens. You live a better quality of life. And this is not just about how you look, it's about how you show up. Your body is your business card, it is a billboard for life. And if you're in a place right now where you look down and your mind tells you every single day, you got to chop the fat, bro. You got to get rid of the tits. You got to build the arms. You got to develop the physique. See that conscious thought. See that idea. See that feeling, that intuition in which you're experiencing right now. Do not ignore that. Never ignore that. because that is like the authentic voice of God. And the thing is, right, when you're consciously congruent with your intuition, that is when you can lead with faith rather than fear and get closer towards the life that you want by taking forward action every single day. And the thing is, people know your habits when you walk into a room. They can see it a mile off. They know if you're disciplined. They know if you're the man. They know if you've got the aura. They pay attention to you and they feel your energy when you walk into the room, rather than you walking in tired, fatigued, soft, weak. They're going to know that you're not someone worth paying attention to or listening to, taking advice from. And if you're a high-performing guy, you obviously want to be that leader. You want to be that shining beacon of hope for those guys around you in your circle that are going to allow themselves to almost gravitate towards you, because you've got this pull. You've got this universal pull that pulls people towards you because your energy is so high, because you don't miss. People know you do not miss with the habits, with the macros, with the training, with the wake and sleep schedule, the supplements. They know you're dialed in. And that itself, it speaks 1,000 words without saying one. And when you're in that state of mind, that state of being, living from a physiological standpoint of success, consistency, and you've got that aura, that shape around you that people just admire, you will move forward in life so much faster. Believe you me, you will move forward in life at a rate of knots. Because it's literally the calling card, it's the gateway, personal development, right? If you can't master yourself, your physique first and foremost, guys, you're going to be missing the mark across the board, because your physique is literally the only thing that you can control. It's an internal, external pull. If you can master your inner game, that confidence, that courage, that belief system to show up and do the do despite getting a result instantaneously, you will start manufacturing an identity of someone who doesn't miss. You'll manufacture the idea, the philosophy of someone that you truly want to be, which will in turn give you the physique, the results in which you want. It's taken me 10 years to build this body. But 10 years down the line, I have never been more successful in my life from a physical state, a mental state, an emotional state, a relationship standpoint, financial standpoint, a location, time freedom standpoint. Everything about my life has been built through my physique, my development, becoming a better person, but a better human. And people notice that, people see that. So if you're one of these guys, these hypothetical, hypocritical guys that says you don't need to exercise, you don't need to train. I see a lot of guys, these kind of like entrepreneurial types, that just completely wash themselves out. They build this big bloated team, massive overheads in their businesses, because they've got massive overheads in life. They're a bloated human being. They're tired, they're fatigued, they're groggy. And their team's the exact same inside their business. It's not high performance, it's not lean, it's not high functioning. And the thing is, guys, if you wake up every single day, like I said at the start of this point too, and your conscious thoughts are like, you got to have bigger shoulders, bro. You got to be leaner around the midsection, bro. You got to get that CV system up, bro. You got to be fitter, bro. Do not ignore that sign. The more you ignore that, the further away from your purpose, your mission you become. And that's when you operate from fear and scarcity rather than abundance and faith. And that's where you want to tap into. And I know I'm getting deep on this, but your physique is much, much more than just an aesthetic mantelpiece figurine that people can look at from the outside and say, you know what, he's got a good body, that's cool. No, it's a status symbol. It's a respect paradigm. It's an alignment thing. It's like something that you can show off to the world. You can show yourself that you are the man that you want to be. It's like GTA, character development. You can design who you want to be in this life, but it starts with the physique. Number 3, the mission in which you lack, guys. You will never have the outcomes. You will never have the success. You will never have the money, the status, the freedom, the women, any of that, if you're sailing through life without a direct calling, a direct mission. A lot of guys say, I'll get there one day real soon in the future. These kind of plodding along, lackadaisical motherfuckers never achieve anything. They have no conviction. They have no power installed in themselves through the self-work. They actually lack the integrity to set big, audacious goals that are almost delusional, right, to work towards. They're not setting the bar high enough. They're not looking far enough down the line to think, how can I act today to stack enough wins to be as successful as possible? So one day I will achieve that. And it's not some sort of like airy-fairy, pie in the sky goal. It's like, I know I can achieve this. This is tangible. This is like, I'm on the same periphery. I'm on that line. I can see it. Because, right, see if your level of personal development is down here, for example, guys, but your level of hypothetical success is up here. What do you now need to do? You can't just jump up the mountain and diagonal. You have to stack your self-development higher and higher and higher and higher until you're on that horizontal line that you can see what success now looks like to you. You can behave your way to success. You can feel it out every single day by following the process, by being aligned with the mission. Because fuck being a guy living a vague existence, coasting through life, ticking boxes, kicking the can down the road, just clocking in, clocking out, having a okay life, an okay house, an okay amount of money coming into your bank, an okay physique, an okay relationship. None of that matters. It really does not. I know for a fact you woke up one day when you were younger and you thought, you know what, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a millionaire, I want to do X, I want to do Y, I want to have it all. Where did that drive go, brother? You've softened, you've settled, you've put yourself in a position where you don't even back your own beliefs anymore. And that's because you've not mastered the mind or the body, and you have no clear outcomes, no clear goals to work towards, other than these hypothetical ones that you look at through the lens of social media, that you compare yourself to all these other guys that are killing it, winning, you know, Bali, Dubai, Miami, New York, whatever it may be. You're seeing all these guys living this incredible quality of life, but you're sitting there stuck picking Dorito crumbs out your belly button, wondering what the fuck happened. You know, you're fatigued, you're tired, you're clueless on where you now need to go because you lack that alignment, you lack that conscious congruency, because your habits and your lifestyle routines are completely out of whack, because you've not taken the time to master yours truly, which is the physique and the mind. That's why it's so important. The man is the mission. The process is the result. You can't have the result without the process. That's why I'm always saying inside out and back to front. You need to think end in mind, reverse it, engineer all the way back down, reverse engineer all the way back down to who you are today, right now. Who do you need to be today to move forward, to become that guy down the line that achieves everything he could have ever wanted? Think clearly about this, guys, and don't sell yourself short. And number 4, guys, becoming the best version of you. You in life right now might not be the guy you want to be, and that's fine. But it's about bringing awareness to that and then thinking, right, am I in a state of needs and wants, or am I attracting the quality of the life that I want to me? Because imagine, right, you're like a radio station and you're dialed into the wrong radio station, the wrong frequency. Your energy's off, you're not hearing the music, you're maybe even hearing static. What we need to now do is become the very best version of you, so we can course correct, make a couple of iterations through habits, lifestyle. And this is something we do with a lot of our VIP and CEO clients inside the program. They come on, they know what they want, they've tried their training, tried their mindset work, tried their habits, but they've not fully locked into the frequency and the mindset of becoming the best version of them. They don't know what radio station they need to be dialed into to hear the thoughts, hear the beliefs, hear the tunes in which they want. And it leaves them scatty, it leaves them wasting time, attention, energy and effort, doing all the wrong things, but still just throwing shit at a wall trying to see what sticks. It's like a lot of energy is wasted doing this. So we need to just attune you to the right frequency, high frequency habits, high frequency thoughts, beliefs. You have to assume that it's already done. Be the man today. When you're doing your AM reflection, your PM priming, your daily KPI setting, your goal planning, you need to think, who is that guy? How can I develop my character today to become him? And think very clearly. You have to think laterally. You have to look around your entire life right now and think, right, what thoughts, beliefs, actions and behaviours have got me here? And if I want to go here, what do I now need to change? Because, right, you either have positive beliefs or negative beliefs. Right now, if you've got more negative beliefs than positive, then believe you me, you're only going to doubt yourself. You're only going to cut corners. You're only going to sell yourself short and self-sabotage at every tough turn. And I tell you what, in life, guys, there's a lot of tough turns. There's a lot of big decisions you now have to make. But if you're not equipped physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually to handle these decisions, you're always going to go for the easy option. You're going to go for the pleasure over the purpose, even though it's going to be harder in the long run. Even though, you know, if you were to double down and push on and do the hard work today, you would see the grass is greener on the other side. And a lot of people say, you don't know what's on the other side. And I'm like, trust me, it's better than where it was. Because you got heaven, you got hell, and you got the clouds. Right now, you might be in the clouds neutral. Nothing good, nothing bad. Tell you what, I'd rather be in hell than the clouds. Because because at least in hell I know where I'm at and I can only work my way up. And a lot of you guys just live in maybe land, live in the middle, live in a space where it's all grey and foggy and dark, and it's quite boring, it's quite repetitive, it's monotonous. You don't have any freedom, you don't have that confidence, you don't have that charisma, you don't have that energy that when you walk into a room, people just turn heads and say, that is the man. They can see that you're more dialed in than anyone else. You're confident, you lead from the front, and you can't have any of this without becoming the very best version of you. So understand who is the best version of you. Understand who do you now need to be. Understand what habits, traits does he have. How does he train? How does he eat? Because I tell you what, see, when I'm so dialed in across the board on my macronutrients, on my training, I know exactly what I want when I want it by. I'm setting constraints. I'm acting every day relentlessly. I'm walking and talking everything I would say to my clients. I'm living and breathing the actions, the beliefs, the behaviours, and I'm moving forward at pace. That is when my business grows. That's when I have the best relationship. That is when I network with the best quality people, because I'm moving forward at pace. Boom, boom. Just knocking the wins. Rather stacking losses, I'm aligning up to the highest frequency possible. I'm aligning up to the very best version of myself. And that is when you put yourself in the best position possible to think clearly over the life that you want and assume it's already done, because you have the character traits installed through the work ethic, through the things you've been doing, to become that version of you, that level 10 version of yourself. And number 5, guys, this leads to everything else. It is the domino effect. Becoming the very best version of you is the catalyst. It is the exact paradigm shift in which you now need, because your life might be okay right now. You might be making some money. You might be driving an okay car. You might have a decent relationship, live in a decent house. But when did decent get in the way of great? When did great get in the way of undeniable? This is the thing, guys. You got to think, what areas of your life are of lack? Because a rising tide will lift all ships. And if you can just pull one big lever, mastering the physique it might be, mastering the habits, the routine, the mindset, the lifestyle, then tell you what, everything will be of impact. Everything will change as a byproduct for you taking action and moving forward towards your peak state, your peak self. Because I tell you what, guys, the minute you master yourself, self-mastery is the highest leverage skill you can have. All your time, your energy and money should go into mastering yourself today. That's why anyone that I work with, any of my clients, is like, I salute you. They've invested money in themselves to move forward and become a greater person, a better person, a sharper thinker, a more physically adapted masculine individual that leads from the front and destroys average and becomes undeniable with everything they now do, because they are so tapped in. They are clear. They've wasted the time, the effort, the attention, the energy, doing all the wrong shit, and now they've course corrected, pivoted, invested in themselves, and they are now clear on the mission, the purpose, and we get them following the growth habits, the TD5. We get them aligned with their highest self. We get them to a point physically and mentally where they have mastered themselves. And that just has the biggest impact across the board on every aspect of their life. They start making more money, better relationships, improve their network, have better lifestyle. Their energy goes through the roof, testosterone goes through the roof. They generally just start operating at their highest frequency, and then they can tap into peak performance, which essentially is flow state. And you can't have flow state without going through the hardship. You have to sacrifice, guys. You have to put yourself in a position to think, can I sacrifice an okay life for a great one? Or am I just going to continue compromising and just, coast through the next couple of weeks or years or months and whatever, and just be that kind of stuck, broke, fat 35-year-old or whatever that never made it, that never took the action? Because I know a lot of 50-year-old guys, right? And people say, play the long game, time fixes everything, you got to learn along the way. I know a lot of 50-year-old guys, they don't have success, they don't have results. Do you want to be like them, or do you want to learn from someone who has what you want and move forward at speed, guys, at absolute speed with everything you do? Because you can turn a 10-year goal into a 6-month goal if you know the exact levers to pull and you're learning it from someone who's done what you want at the highest level. And this is something we do very, very frequently with all of our individual one-to-one clients inside the program. It's never just about the physique. It's about aligning yourself with the highest version of you. Mindset, mastery, paradigm shifting behaviors, the habits get installed. everything becomes something you're in control of. Rather than life controlling you and taking you down this magical path of fuck all, you can actually become someone where you're in control for the first time and the last time, because you've held the frame with yourself. You decided enough is enough. You've stopped settling for average, and you want to improve every aspect of your life, every single area, that 360 result that yields the most value, that yields the most energy, that takes you from a place and space where you're completely unsatisfied to operating at the highest frequency and killing it at every single aspect. And you might also be thinking, why do I need to do all of this right now? The thing is, guys, why don't you need to do all of this right now? That is a question I would frame back at you, because it's not just about, feeling weak and unsatisfied but crushing it in business to some extent. It's about you knowing that desire for status, respect, time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, monetary freedom, whatever it now may be, can only come down to you becoming the best version of you. You can't escape that. You know that. You hear it every single day when you wake up in the morning, when you get that gut feeling that you know you should be in the gym but you're sitting there eating fucking Doritos. You know it's not the case. You know you want to move at pace. You know you want to run it to the top. You know you want to build that elite physique. So stop wasting time, because I tell you what, becoming the kind of man who attracts what he truly deserves is one of the highest leverage skills you can have in life. And it's almost like a universal law. The better you become, the better your life becomes. It's an inside-out thing, guys. It's an inside job, man in the mirror test. The more confident, the more proud, the more admiration you have over yourself, the more you like you, guys, the more other people will like you, the more love you will gain, the more love you'll give. It's all reciprocity. The better and more valuable you become, the better and more valuable the people around you will be. Therefore, you will be exchanged with higher amounts of value in money, time, energy, and freedom. It is literally as simple as that. So lads, the big final question for you to run through today is, when is enough going to be enough? How long does it take? Or more importantly, how long are you going to take the action which is required to level up in every aspect of your life? Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Let's fucking go. You've got this in the bag, brother. Let's run it to the top.